Hi, I'm Fox.
I'm Coughtguy.
You're watching the Two Smart Guys show, where every week we bring you the latest and greatest in tech news,
Fun stuff.
interesting things that are worthy of our attention.
You know. And honestly, the amount of stupid, silly things that grab our attention, it expands and contracts weekly, daily.
Obviously, one of those things is video production, because here we are doing video.
Yeah. And it's part of my life, and I don't know if you can tell exactly how tired I am right now. I am quite literally at this moment no less than 1 hour away I came home less than an hour ago from a 6-hour drive back from Vegas.
Yeah, so if you haven't watched last week's episode, we did a pre-NAB special. The National Association of Broadcasters, all the latest cool tech gear for making media is down there, and Coughtguy got to go. I didn't get to make it.
I got to go down there. I have an addiction to broadcasting stuff, and I went down Sunday, and I spent Monday, Tuesday, and half of today, which is Wednesday, when I broadcast our regular weekly show at undetermined times, because it's changed because I'm lazy. Normally at 8:30 Mountain Time. I got the chance to go down with a coworker and walk the NAB floor and listen to all the cool stuff and saw some really amazing stuff. No guarantees on things that are cheap, because sometimes cheap is not the best, but something innovation is sometimes worth the price. One of these items that I think I would tell you about is worth the price.
So what are the three major things?
I would say the three major announcements that probably are. I'll go in order of impact to the broadcasting world. Okay, the first two, depending on your perspective on life, are about the same. So we'll start with something that I know Pox has been very, 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 very hoping for, and wishes he would have went down because he would like to have touched it, which is the Blackmagic 4K camera. If you are into cameras at all and into video production and all this stuff, and have been following it for any number of years, you would know that for a while, Red Cinema promised 3K for $3,000 in their Scarlett. Anyone who's kept up with it knows that never happened. But, all is forgiven. The Scarlett's a beautiful camera. But 4K is the new format of choice, and the love affair continues. And now Blackmagic has come out with a second and a third camera. There's actually two cameras they released. One of the cameras is considered their cinema camera. It's in 4K, and it is $4,000. It is a large sensor.
Yeah,
unlike the last one.
It's a Super 35, right?
Super 35 sensor. The last one was a 413 sensor. So Super 35 sensor has a slightly less dynamic range than the other one because of the sensor. But it is $4,000, and it records to an SSD.
What is the thing that it has on there? It has a shutter. So it's supposed to.
It has a global shutter.
A global shutter.
It does not suffer from rolling shutter, and there are probably 4 or 5 videos on the internet that have tried to show that it does not suffer from rolling shutter. Which, if you want to learn about rolling shutter, go back about 3 years in our videos, and we will show you what rolling shutter looks like.
Because Red announced an adapter to eliminate rolling shutter from the Red cameras that cost $5,000. The same as this whole camera.
Yeah. And this camera, so for $4,000, if you are wanting to play with the big boys in terms of image size, you can buy one. And it comes with DaVinci Resolve, the software, which is a $1,000 piece of software. So in reality, you get a $1,000 color corrections tool, which, no exaggeration, the software itself 5 years ago would have cost you $60,000. And that's not even an exaggeration.
This is also a camera that can shoot RAW, correct?
It is shooting RAW, and you can shoot RAW,
or ProRes.
Or you can shoot ProRes, or you can shoot Avid DNX.
And
it's all to an SSD.
SSD drive, so no special media. It's Thunderbolt, if you want to transfer off of it fast.
And they have a way that here's where I got a little confused. Whether or not RAW out of it only happens via Thunderbolt, or RAW happens to the media. Now,
Oh,
there were 100,000 people there, and I did not get to spend quality time with this camera
from what I
longer than
understood,
probably 5 minutes.
from the old camera, it was to the media.
Okay.
It was optional.
It very could be,
Yeah.
and I'm not going to say I know one way or the other. I know it can do 4K RAW.
Now, did they change
I know
the-
it can do a 4K into a compression system. I know that it is awesome.
From what I understand, it's still the same body as the last camera they made.
It is exactly the same.
So it's still got the
only
same
difference
weird
you can
audio
tell,
jacks, right?
It has 1/4-inch audio jacks. It's got a lot of flaws.
Built-in
If you wanna see
battery.
the complaints- If you want to see the complaints, look up Philip Bloom's review. Anyone else's review talking about it, you can find people who love it, people who hate it. To me, the thing that makes the big difference is it's 4K for $4,000. The closest 4K camera you are going to be able to touch is probably either the C500 or the FS700. Okay, the FS700 is $16,000. The C500 is $18,000.
Well, you can also do a Scarlet, which, depending on your configuration, is about
roughly
$15,000,
$18,000 in between the two. Like those are the three cameras.
Or you can
that'll
get a
get you into it.
15 frames per second GoPro for $500.
Yeah, 12 frames per second. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's one.
Okay. So what
So
else? What was the other big news?
The next thing that is in no way affordable for me, and no way affordable for most people, but is completely revolutionary, is something that was debuted by Vincent LaForêt on his blog right before the event happened, or NAB happened, and it is a stabilization system. It technically is a gimbal. If you want to look at what a gimbal is, it's something you put onto a helicopter and it keeps the
I watched a
image
video
stable.
on this. It was cool.
Okay. The movie is what it's called, and it's spelled weird. But what this is a stabilization system that allows a camera operator, to literally be able to run up and down stairs with this camera, and the image is smooth.
Well, the key is that it's two operators. The second person can operate it remote.
You don't have to have two operators.
Well, you don't have to, but you can do.
You can.
You don't have to concentrate as much because the second person can do the panning and the tilting and
the thing about it is you can put a second
focusing.
operator on that. The second operator can actually, with wireless transmission of the video image, look at what's being played, and one person is just controlling, putting the camera in the right place. The other person is doing the composition. Look it up. We'll put it in the show notes right below where you can look and link to it. If we can do it without getting in trouble, we might bounce a couple of videos, in there so you can see what we're talking about.
I don't know. We get in trouble for that a lot lately.
I'm saying the show notes. We'll put a couple of different links in there. If you can't get to the links in the show notes, just go find Vincent LaForêt's blog. He's going nuts about it, and so is everyone else who's ever interested. This is a huge deal, and if you don't understand how it's a huge deal, start watching all the videos as they talk about it, because you'll see a lot of people talking about it. You'll see a lot of copycats coming out really soon, because this device is going. The bigger one is the one you see. It's going for $15,000. There's going to be a smaller one that's going to go for $7,500. It's not expensive, and that's something that you need to understand. $15,000 for a stabilization system that does this is not expensive.
Yeah, you keep saying that.
It's pricey for what you or I trying to do it, but so it's going to sell like gangbusters, and it's going to be all over the place. But it's revolutionary. It's amazing. It's very cool to see. So, number 3, I think, is fair to say this is something that's absolutely in reach of everybody, and I'm going to give you the same deal that I was given while there. So, it's Adobe Creative Cloud. So, we all know about Photoshop. We all know about probably After Effects. Not very many people know about, let's say, Audition, maybe. Unless you're into music and things like that. Adobe has a way, if you were to purchase the entire master collection of all the production software that Adobe makes for video production, this kind of stuff, to make web videos, to make anything you want to do in that sense, you would pay, what was the last price on the whole master suite? Was it like $4,500 or something like that? For the whole?
Something ridiculous. It was at least a couple grand. the very least.
It's somewhere between $2,500 and $4,500, depending on what you have as a student and things like that.
Yeah.
If you're a student, you get it for cheaper. Okay, the point of it is you're paying well over $2,000 or $3,000.
And they come out with a new one every year.
And they come every year, and you have to update it every year.
And the upgrade's almost $1,000.
So here, if you want to learn Photoshop, if you want to do all this stuff, you almost have to get this software. And if you buy it out by itself, it's going to cost you $800 by itself. It's ridiculous, and it's been cost prohibitive until now. Now they have something new called Adobe Creative Cloud. It's amazing, and I can't get more excited about this than I already am, because Adobe Creative Cloud allows you or anybody who is of not exactly express financial means, to have access to all of their video production software for what is truly a nominal price. It will turn into $50 a month. That's what it's going to be, and you have to sign up for a year. You pay $50 a month. During this time, you have until April 19th. You can get it for $30 a month for the year. You have to sign up for a year, and you have to do it for the full year, but you get it for $30 a month instead of $50 a month. And it's adobe.com/go/NAB_reveal, in case you can't get it in the show notes. That's where you go. It goes until the 19th. You sign up then, and you can get it for $30 a month. And I'm talking about Premiere, After Effects, Audition, SpeedGrade,
Encore.
Encore, the DVD software, the media encoder. There's a lot of software in there that it gives you access to. Not to mention, you get access to membership to their cloud service, which gives you some places to store your files and share files. There's a lot of stuff in there. So if you're someone who's a student and wants to get into this, and you're like, I want to learn how to do After Effects and be all cool, guess what? Now you can pay $30 a month, and then you can get free training from someplace like videocopilot.com, and you can learn how to make all these amazing things for free. Whereas normally you have to pay for this monster amount of training, plus paying for this monster amount of software, and hope that you have enough time to deal with it.
So the new version, right? There's also a new version?
It's coming out, and let me tell you, there's some very neat tools coming in. The coolest thing about this cloud membership thing is that if there is an update to the software, you get it right away. You get what they call VIP access to software updates, because it's a subscription. There are some rules about how things work, but for the most part, you don't lose your files once the subscription's over with. You keep your files. You just lose access to the software. So as soon as you pay for it again, you get access to it again.
Yeah.
It's simple as that. Share creatively. There's all kinds of fun things. So if you haven't taken the dive and you want to get into it, that's what I think is pretty cool. 3 big things. There are thousands of fun things that were there, and I could go on for hours. Trust me, Pox has seen me do it.
Yep.
This is probably a very long enough video as it is, because Pox likes them short and I like them. I tend to me long. So.
Thank you for watching, everybody. Post in the comments below what kind of things did you hear about NAB, what was interesting, anything more you want to know. We'll try and comment on the video here. And please stay tuned. Every week we do a new show at twosmartguys.com. Please subscribe to the feed here on the YouTubes.
Yeah, if you subscribe, you get to know about it first.
Yeah.
So,
like Coughtguy said, every Wednesday night we do a live show about 8:30 Mountain Time. Yeah. See you guys next week.
This has been a Two Smart Guys production.